What's going on, guys? What's going on? No, Dirt isn't late. It was a little bit of a miscommunication, if you guys will. What happened is he told me that he might be a little late tomorrow, so I was like, "Yo, let's just make it till 5:15." So no one's late. I put in the thing. It started at 5:15, but I figured since I'm waiting the 7 minutes for him to pop up, figured I might as well come in here and chat it up with you guys. Let me pop in this. I need to get the light above me working. He's not here yet. But he'll be here. You guys know Dirt. He'll be here. He ain't gonna leave you guys a fool for too long, man. He wants the smoke, man. He wants to talk about the smoke. I gotta figure out why my accessories aren't working. I'll figure it out later, though. So what's going on, guys? What is popping, man? What's popping? What's up, Big Mad Mo? You know, what do you think of God of War yesterday? We're gonna talk about that. I got my own opinions. Think you guys are gonna like my opinions? Well, some of you. I don't know. Sometimes, man. I don't know. Am I streaming the video game awards? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, fam. I don't know if I can get people together for that. And the man of the hour, I might as well just be calling you my co-host at these days, Dirt. Yeah, I don't know what happened to BitCloud. We might have to rethink BitCloud's contract. What is some guest you guys want me and Dirt to interact with on the Addict Show, man? We still building the Addict Show brand. I feel like it's doing well. I feel like it's growing. It's definitely growing. But what kind of guest would you guys want to see? What happened to Hustle? We need his motivation. Hustle got a new job, and it's demanded a lot of his time. So, as you guys, did you see this, Dirt?
Oh, nice.
The core controller. I need to put the blur on so it actually blurs when it's supposed to. Microsoft sent me this to unbox and review. Well, they didn't technically say I had it reviewed or anything like that. I hit up and was like, "Yo, I want one," and they sent it to me. So, but I don't take anything unless I do content. Word of advice, anyone in the chat: anything you get, you want to make a way of doing content. It don't matter what it is. You want to put that into your brand in some way, shape, or form. Song of Iron 2 looked good to me. I don't know did you see Song of Iron 2?
I saw a tweet from the developer, but I really didn't look at the game.
I didn't review that. Maybe I should have. Yeah. So, let me hit the transition button, make the podcast look a little bit clean. Oh, it's not going to really look clean. I got to do artwork. I almost put, when I was branding this channel, it was revolved around me and Hustle. I'm glad I didn't go through with that. So, I got to get some artwork made eventually. Right now, I'm still hitting the corners, man. I'm still figuring it out, still buffing up, still working out, still grinding. Got a lot to do, man. We got a lot to do.
There you go.
So if you guys can tell, let me switch to the IOP account so if you guys, please, the timestamp police.
Timestamp Mafia, that's what you call them, right? The Timestamp Mafia.
The Timestamp Mafia. Don't really. I gotta please them. They'll sacrifice me to whatever deity they be looking at. I don't know. Timestamp Mafia. You either do what they say or you're gonna be 6 feet under. All right, so as you can see, welcome to the Addict Show, where we talk about the past, present, and future of gaming. I got my co-host with me, Dirt Griggity. What's going on, Dirt?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Pretty good right now. I'm tagging timestamp for 7:50. The show starts. Because, like I said, man, I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of the mafia. You got to make sure that they are handled correctly. So you got your timestamp for the show starting. What games you been playing, Dirt? What's going on here, man?
It's that time of year. I've been playing a little 2K. I'm actually trying to go back and finish Miles Morales. I haven't finished that game. Playing a little bit of that.
Great game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. What else I've been playing? I finished Saints Row. I finished that last week, so I still been playing out a little bit, trying to do some extra stuff. But that's about it, man. Still trying to play Lost Judgment. That's a long ass game, so I'm, trying to grind through that one. But that's really about it, bro.
Yeah, and I've been playing a lot of stuff here lately. To be honest with you, I've been playing a little bit of making fun of fanboys on Twitter. I've been playing roasting fanboys on Twitter. I've been playing reactioning to fanboys on Twitter. It's been a very enticing day, man.
That sounds like some dope games, man.
So I did pick this up. The Pokemon game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got Pokemon Diamond. Now I don't know why I got this, because after I got it, I was sitting there thinking, the new one's coming out in like 2 months. So like, I think I'm gonna stream the PvP. I love PvP in Pokemon. It's so weird but fun at the same time. Which we are going to talk a little bit about the Direct. I know there's people that don't care about the Direct, me including one of them for the most part.
You can include me on that one also.
But I do think that the Direct is showing stuff that we can address, because the Direct came out there and they're like, we know our audience and we gonna bring it. So, like I said, welcome to the Addict Show. We're gonna go ahead and get on with the show, man. We're gonna be talking about Bonnie Ross leaving 343. We're gonna be talking about Square Enix letting their fans down again. Then we're gonna be talking about the PlayStation State of Play. We got a little bit of topics in here. Talk about the Nintendo Direct. Also going to talk about that finally Persona 5 has been listed on Xbox, and so has Deathloop. So we're going to be talking about that. And, I think there's a lot going on right now. It's crazy how we go from 1 month where there's nothing to talk about. We got to wing it every week. And now I feel like there's something to talk about every week, almost. Every week. And it's not just a little bit, it's a lot. Like a lot to talk about. So... Dirt, you the co-host, man. Tell me what you want to start with first.
Well, I don't know, man. What did people really tune in to see? Like,
okay, we're gonna talk about the PlayStation State of Play. So we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we can do that.
Took too long, man. Took too long. So we got 11 minutes. We got 11 minutes in here, man. We got the timestamp mafia. We gotta get them. We're going to give them 11 minutes on the PlayStation State of Play. So,
let's talk about that.
First off, put a 1 in the chat if you have seen the PlayStation State of Play that was yesterday. If you haven't and you want good laughs, even if you have and you want good laughs, ILP definitely reacted to it. Did you react to it, Dirt?
Yeah. My boy Shaun 786 did on his channel. So, yeah, we reacted to it. It was fun.
Yeah, so there's plenty of places you can go and get some raw reactions. If you guys want to see a little bit of banter between me and King about God of War.
I actually watched that afterwards. Yeah, I actually watched y'all back and forth. That's funny.
Yeah, it's looking spooky for him, man. It's looking spooky.
Yeah,
it looks like
I think it's coming.
I have officially won. And you could tell just like his banterings went down. You could tell like he knows he's lost. He's just holding on. It's like that thing where it's like, dude, I give him out. It's like that part in Scary Movie where the dude comes over and he's like, grab my hand. It's the little hand. And he's like, no, the other hand. This is my strong hand. It's like, I'm allowing him out of this. So like, just bend the knee now. We on a reaction, maybe 150 people watching. I think it was like 250, but whatever. I mean, do you want to bend the knee now, or do you want to bend the knee on an ILP with like 500 to 1,000? And he's like, no, man, I ain't bending the knee till I see that game. So, I offered him the out. He didn't take it, so I'm going to take his knee in December or November, November the 9th. But if that game gets delayed a couple weeks before it comes out, I am going MIA. I officially leave the IOP community. I will not be around, and I'll come back. I'll be permanently the addict with a C. I will no longer be the addict with a T.
I think you're safe though.
Yeah, I think I'm safe too. But all right, let's talk about this PlayStation Play. So do you know everything that was announced there?
Yeah. For the most part. Yeah.
What was some standouts for you?
Well, to be honest, I thought God of War looked incredible. Stellar Blade looked damn good. I gotta admit, The Rise of Ronin looked good. Tekken 8 looked good. Is there something I'm missing? Those are the games that really stood out to me.
All right,
I know those are the obvious games, but those are the ones that stood out to me.
So we got Tekken 8, obviously. And I know COG felt like this was a lot of CGI, which it was. No one's going to deny that. But I don't know why. I don't play fighter games, so I'm not in the trenches like that. Maybe, talking to like Cognito, K-Mega, these people would know more about like the fighting community. I don't know nothing about the fighting community. You know what I do when I play fighter is this.
You just press the button.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I've never felt like what they advertise as fighting isn't the actual like product. I've always felt like the people who make those games are really down to earth, and they don't really try to like troll you with like bait and switch stuff. So I'm expecting the game to look like that. So you know, when you saw Tekken 8, first off, it was funny how they were trying to like low key act like that's an exclusive.
Yeah, they always do that, and it seemed like the fanboys seem to think it does. I mean, it is an exclusive. Also, I saw some people say some things about it being an exclusive. Like, no, it's not an exclusive. It's a multiplayer.
You know what would have been crazy if it wasn't exclusive because they lost the Street Fighter. They went for Tekken. That it's kind of crazy, man. Like, and tell me that's not something they would do though. Like, I honestly feel like if they could, they would. But I don't think they can. I don't think it's an option. People don't realize that it costs money to do stuff like that. You can't just It costs millions of dollars to make something that big, timed exclusive. I think the reason they got it so easy with Street Fighter is because at the time Capcom wasn't in the best
was in a bad place.
Financial decisions. So you could pretty much go in there with $1 and say, "Yo, what you got for me for a timed exclusive?" You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony went over there and paid for everyone's dinner and got a timed exclusive. Obviously, that's a joke, but I liked it. I liked it. So now it does look like we got a demo for PlayStation VR 2. Those of you who don't know, that's an amazing game. I have it on PC and I have it on Oculus. It is coming for PlayStation 5. It wasn't just VR. It is coming for PlayStation 5, which is kind of like annoying a little bit. I'm like, come on, Microsoft. I know that's a small game, and I know that's nothing like a lot of people are going to look for, but it's like that is, if I've never seen a Game Pass game, I've seen one there. It's like slide up there, slide in their DMs, offer them a little bit of money, and get that over on your platform. Because I feel like that game, once they implement PvP, because that's their goal eventually, then you're going to see a different audience. I think that's going to have a very cult classic audience that it's going to do really well. Did you ever play Demio?
No, I've never even heard of it, bro. I'm sorry.
It's like a board game, like Dungeons and Dragons type of things. Actually, IOP actually interviewed the developers. It's on the channel somewhere around there. So definitely go back and look at that. I'm excited for it. I hope it comes to PlayStation, Xbox eventually. Now, I'm probably not going to buy it for PlayStation 5 because I already have it on Steam. But it is a nice little thing, man. And then this is where things got a little bit weird. Sega comes up, announces another Yakuza. It's like a Dragon Issue remake trailer. I never heard about this game. Have you?
No. It's another spinoff in the series, right?
Yeah, apparently it's someone's brother. Someone in my chat said that. I don't know how true that is. But one thing I will say is Sega comes out the next day announcing like 3 other games. Why didn't they just do that in this PlayStation show? They announced the next Like a Dragon Yakuza RPG. They announced, I'm pretty sure, the next game that's like the standard Yakuzas. It's like, why did you wait 24 hours? Maybe Sony wouldn't let them. It's kind of weird you would only announce one when you had access to all 4.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess maybe because Sega had their own their own little Twitch stream, and they wanted to have something for their fans to be excited about. That's the only thing I can think about.
I get it. $5 super chat from the Angry Therapist MD. It was PlayStation Plus filler, no delay, and date first party. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that, man. We're gonna get to that. All right, so it is what it is when it comes to that. I don't feel like there's a lot to really go over in that. They actually did bring up the Hogwarts Legacy getting an exclusive PlayStation Quest. We already knew that. They already announced that. Yeah, so I'm like, why was that here? Kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm looking over these, and part of me starting to grade down the scale, like actually looking at the list. Because I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think after looking over the actual announcements, it might be an 8 out of 10.
I give it an 8.
Then they announced Project Eve renamed as Stellar Blade. That looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It is an exclusive to PlayStation. I have to see a little bit more if I feel like the game's going to do really well. I felt like it felt real. What's what I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? It felt real Dark Souls like in terms of like the combat. It felt like a faster Sekiro, but worse, like a generic version.
Now you talking about Stellar Blade?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it had like a Platinum Games like feel to it,
look
to it.
Maybe, but I felt like Platinum Games is a lot faster than that too.
Really?
I don't know. Like it felt like a little bit. Maybe Platinum Games would be a better analogy than because
in my opinion, it looks more action than Dark Souls type style of game. In my opinion, it looks more Platinum. That will make cryers to me. It's like a lot of action.
What would you consider the difference between a Dark Souls and a Platinum game? Like precision.
I would say one, speed. I've never seen a fast Dark Souls game. Tempo seems a little bit faster, and a Platinum game. I just think about Vanquish. I think about Bayonetta. It was a more speed, no more faster, like a lot more action, in my opinion.
I feel you on that. What's up, Big Cloud? Popped in. I didn't even know you was coming, man.
What's up?
So right now we're talking about the PlayStation State of Play. What was your overall impressions of it? Okay.
Right.
You didn't say nothing.
Oh, you didn't hear it? I don't know. No, it was a good show. I thought it was good for what it was.
For what it was. For
what else? Because really at this time I was expecting a showcase, not necessarily a state of play. But the fact they did a state of play now, especially after that abysmal Disney showcase, I was like, okay, but why a state of play and why not a big, PS5 showcase? But we did hear that there's more coming, so I'm guessing maybe they'll have a showcase of some sorts in December or whatever. I don't know, but at this current time, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Screw everything else. $2 super chat. Dawn Otaku. Stellar Blade is a knockoff Bayonetta. I'm not gonna say it is or isn't. I did enjoy what I saw. Yeah. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Because this game, this state of play, which it was good. I do think it was a good state of play. It was well paced. I do think because they announced a lot of stuff that you wouldn't typically see at a state of play, it felt like a showcase, the end of the showcase. You know what I'm saying? Like, like they have that fluff at the beginning of their showcases and towards like the middle.
Montages.
Yeah. And then you get to that end and they start showing like a lot of the hardcore stuff. To me, it felt like that. It felt like that is the showcase this year. I don't think we're going to get another one.
I agree. Let me say why I agree with you. I thought they showed a nice little gameplay slice of God of War. I know the game drops in November, but that's something. That trailer looked amazing. That's something you probably would have shown at your showcase, right?
That ending,
it was incredible, bro.
With the damn Leviathan,
it's incredible.
Mjolnir, I'm like, they knew what they were doing.
You ain't gonna hear me capping about that, bro. That shit look dope.
Yeah, that was like, okay, if you didn't buy it, you bought it now.
Yeah. You ain't gonna hear me capping about that, brother. It looks dope. The controller announcement, I think that was something they would have showed at a showcase, and also, Stellar Blade and the Rise of Rona. I think those are two console exclusives that they would have shown at a showcase instead of a state of play. So that's what makes me think,
That's the reason I think this was their showcase for the year, because they announced a bunch of stuff we've never heard of. Like, most of the time with these state of plays, they give you a little bit of both, but more repeat stuff of stuff we've currently seen in the past. Then they mix that with maybe one new announcement. And most of the time it's a third party. They rarely announce first party stuff at state of plays, like as far as new IPs. This one, there was like, what, 2, 3? Like, there was a lot. Like, that's why I kind of feel like for people that we in what's crazy, Dirt? We in September, and people really try to tell me in December. What's going on there, Big Cloud?
What? Nah, man, because what's name is in December. The Game Awards is in December, early December, and the rest of the month is Christmas showcase time.
Yeah. Do you honestly think they might do another one?
I mean, I thought they were going to do one in day of November to go with God of War or something, like a state of play or something for that. But we got that, yesterday. It's I don't even know what's going on at this point. It feels like a lot of stuff got pushed back, or maybe they just had a compromise, because especially with the Last of Us situation, where the world literally ripped that trailer to shreds, or ripped the game to shreds when it got leaked. So I don't know what's really going on in this particular case, but it's. Do they need it? That's the question. You know what I mean? Do they need it after this? And honestly, I do feel like we haven't gotten that much out of them in terms of updates on other stuff that people were looking forward to. Like at the Disney Showcase, a lot of people tuned into the Disney Showcase because they were expecting Spider-Man 2 information.
It's because Spider-Man 2 ain't coming out next year. Let's be real.
It's going on next year for sure.
I don't think
Wolverine. I don't think it's anywhere near. People respect Wolverine.
I think Wolverine's 2025. I think Wolverine's 2025.
Yeah, 2024 or 2025. That's that time.
Because if you think about it, like, when have we ever saw a game from PlayStation besides God of War? Because most of the time they don't mess with November. They don't mess with October. They don't mess. They try to stay in like the late summer, early spring time frame. Like, for the most part, I feel like God of War is the exception, not the rule. Like,
I agree.
I feel like they wanted God of War to come out this year, and the only way to make that happen was that they had to go ahead and launch it late and not early. I feel like maybe Spider-Man's different, because Spider-Man is an IP that could definitely hit in November and not miss a beat. Well, when did the original Spider-Man come out? October?
It's like October. Yeah, it's around that time.
Yeah. So I mean,
September.
Or September.
Yeah, I thought it was September sometime.
Part of me feels like we would have seen gameplay on Spider-Man if it was coming out next year.
Unless they're saving that for like a big surprise for the start of next year, I don't really know. But
when have they ever done big showcases at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, because usually around this time, what was it? PSX would be around this time, around December.
I think PSX used to be in like October or something, but they haven't done it in a while. So
I'm saying the last one was like around December-ish. It was around that time.
Close to that, yeah.
It was around December-ish. So I mean, unless they got something like that planned for a showcase, like a PSX digital event, I don't really know what to really expect at that particular time. And then going forward, what do they do? Because right now it seems like most of the energy on the PlayStation side, especially obviously it's one guy who's like really lobbying against this, but we already know why he's lobbying against it. We had this conversation multiple times, and that's related to the Call of Duty situation. That's with Jim, and him talking to the regulars like, "Hey, listen, we don't think it's right," and it's like, Jim, it's a wrap. Just let it go. It's not gonna stop. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I think part of me at this point when it comes to this is just like, we get it when we get it. I don't think a lot of people realize how much the pandemic truly jacked up the gaming industry. Yeah. I think we're finally starting to see remnants of it getting a little bit back on track. And I'm not even talking like fully. I think middle of next year is when we'll see stuff slowly getting back on track. I think right now we just got through all the games that were delayed 6 months to a year. Some of those games are still being delayed. And I think it's going to take a little bit of time before we start seeing stuff get back on track in terms of quality of games coming out. That's why I seeing a lot of games, constantly breaking, constantly having issues coming out. I think that's the reason God of War was internally pushed back to November is because of the pandemic. Because I think no pandemic, this game would have came out maybe April, March, May, like somewhere around that. But I think they're like, look, we don't want to push it to 2023, but we don't, because I feel like they saw Starfield getting pushed back as an opportunity to take advantage of that November day. I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? If Starfield didn't get delayed, do you think that they would have done it? You think they would have hit a November date?
I don't know. That's a good question. Like, we're just speculating here, but I'm thinking probably. I don't know, man. I really think that I agree with what you say, Addict. If it wasn't for the pandemic, them being a little behind, it probably would have dropped earlier this year. But maybe Starfield being gone, or like postponed to next year, maybe that, I don't know. Say, hey guys, let's hit November. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think we really know the answer to.
I feel like if Starfield came out, this game will come out at the beginning of next year. Like, and it's not that they're scared of Starfield. It's just business. You would not put a big game around another big game. And if it was the other way around, Microsoft wouldn't either. They would delay Starfield. Like, you'd be stupid to go out there and try to steal someone else's juice when you could both have equal amount of juice in 2 months from then.
That's why a lot of games were pushed back in response to God of War. That's why they pretty much gave God of War just this open window, a lot of these developers. So.
I wonder if Harry Potter was pushed back because of God of War.
Probably, because
it looks like pretty polished. It looks pretty polished, like it's already pretty much done.
I'm day one in Harry Potter. It looks fantastic. It's just I think they're looking for the proper, like the right month for that. You know what I mean? Because how do you throw like realistically, what month do you throw Forspoken into? I'm saying going into next year,
you know what I mean? Canceled, it wouldn't bother me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many games dropping. Like, a lot of games that we see are going to be afterthoughts. Like, especially when games like Dead Space drop. Dead Space drops what, in January?
In late January, yeah.
Late January. You got December for Callisto Protocol, which, I mean, let's face it, Callisto Protocol is literally a lot of people's top priority to end this generation.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, let's give it a buck. January again. You got another piece of that puzzle with Dead Space Remake, which is gonna lead to part 2. Can't wait for that to happen. And then you got the other games that were coming out. Forspoken. You got what else was it? They got pushed to 2020. Hogwarts Legacy, Redfall.
Yeah, bunch of games, bro.
So you have a lot of stuff, but you got to find the perfect month for each particular thing. You know what? I think these publishers also don't want to have to. And again, Sony learned this as well. You don't want to have a month that has 4 AAA bangers in the same month.
Of course, you don't want that, bro.
Remember we had Horizon? We had Gran Turismo. What else was in there? Elden
Ring. Yeah.
And it was one more. What was the other one? It was like 4. It was 4 games. So it's Elden Ring. Elden Ring, Horizon. The other one was what was the other one? God,
Mom.
What's the Spider-Man re-released? It was one of those. It was like 4 games in the same month. Gran Turismo was another one. Dying Light 2. There you go in the chat.
Dying Light 2. Yeah.
Thank you. So you have 4 bangers in 1 month. No publisher wants that nightmare. That was a nightmare for everybody. Nobody had time to really process the games like that. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's your background, Addict?
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
It is what it is. We got a $2 super chat from Donna Taco. God of War, Ragnarok looking good for a 2023 game.
Oh, Donna Taco.
What is
stuff.
that? Oh, man. Hey, man, I'll take it, bro.
So what was
God of War was dope,
them physics with the damn Leviathan X versus Mjolnir and like the lightning and the ice breaking, bro? That looks.
Do you think that you're gonna get Mir now after you defeat Thor?
Oh, Mjolnir? You probably will, but it probably won't be Kratos who wields it. I think this is gonna be Atreus' breakout game from the way they're telling it. I think that bow and arrow joint is gonna become a secondary weapon eventually. But
I feel like Kratos will get the Mjolnir because
pass it on. You think?
Because one's fire, one's ice. It would make sense. Lightning comes into play. Yeah. I think what would be cool is when they do pass the torch some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Atreus takes some of his equipment. Like, he doesn't take it all. I don't think he's going to take it all, but I think he'll take some. You know what would even be crazy? If they have another game planned for Atreus, like he's taking over, and the main antagonist has the Blades of Olympics. Like, like he's the one that kills Kratos, and he yanks at, like, imagine they're fighting, and like they're fighting over, like he kills Kratos, and he'll grab like his blades, and he'll kill him with his own blades, and he'll rip them off. And then he's using his blades on Atreus, and Atreus is like trying to get to his dad's body just to get the equipment that he's got, and he ends up with the axe.
I mean, from what we saw, I think we saw Odin. Did y'all see that? Like that shot at the beginning where dude was
he opens the door.
Yeah, it looked like he was all like dark shadowed out. I'm not sure if that's Odin. I'm not sure if that's Odin, but dude, just the way they shot that, even with the mermaid, like all the crazy just references and shots. I was like, dude, this is like very ambitious how they went about this. So I can't wait, man. November can't get here soon enough. It really can't. I was talking trash about that collector's edition, but that trailer got me looking at that Mjolnir edition a little different. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not buying no collector's edition stuff.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
But you know what? One thing I will do is, I'm really excited for it. Like God of War looks really good. Mm-hmm. I still personally think Elden Ring is gonna take Game of the Year.
Elden Ring is very high. Yeah, it's
what though, Dirt? You know what? Part of me is like, if God of War's better, it deserves it. But the other part of me, that toxic part's like, I want to see Twitter.
That petty? Oh, that petty one?
If God of War comes out, it's like a 95, 96, amazing, everyone loves it. And then that moment that everyone sits there and Elden Ring gets called by some no-name. Who won it last year? It was Joseph, what's his name? Because It Takes Two won it. So he'll be presenting... He'll be presenting it to the next people, because they've been doing that here recently. Oh, man,
or be there for another iconic fuck the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think what would be crazy is they say Elden Ring. And then, because it's just like, look, man, there's nothing. I don't even talk about the regular PlayStation fans, but I love when a hardcore, toxic PlayStation fan gets upset. I love it.
You are petty.
It just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy, because it's just like, dude, we don't have to sit here like if you want to sit there and bicker back and forth. People don't like J-Dub. I have a really good relationship with J-Dub.
Yeah,
all that's just jokes for J-Dub. He's not really like that in real life. And what's funny is I used to have him on the Addict show a lot, and people would open up in the chat and say, why you having this dude on? Why you having this dude on? And then the same people I'd read after the podcast will put in the chat, this isn't the same J-Dub from Twitter. Like, so it's just like, regardless what happens, God of War, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good game. So let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's move on. I'm looking right now. It looks like we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct briefly. Not too long. We're gonna talk about it.
You really want to talk about that?
Yeah, because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it, and I don't. It's not that I want to talk about Nintendo Direct indirectly. I want to talk about Nintendo and how they do the Nintendo Direct. Like, I feel like they do a really good.
One announcement that was fire. I think we can give them that, and that was the GoldenEye reveal thing. That was.
Did you hear about the multiplayer? The multiplayer being exclusive to Nintendo? Man, how is it that Microsoft has all the bargaining chips and they leave with nothing? Like, they left with the game.
It's a straight port. It's like,
you get it in Game Pass. Like, that's a token surprise. I'm like, dude, that's not even the full. That's not the full thing.
I just don't understand how Microsoft goes in with all the bargaining chips and leaves with nothing. Like, they left with the game. Okay. Well, what does that really mean when you can't play it with people? Like we go from Xbox. Does it still have split screen, the Xbox version?
Yeah. It has split screen, but not online.
Yeah. You mean to tell me that we go from Halo not having split screen to an old ass game having it? Like, it's just like, dude,
it's in the game. They cracked it. I think on PC they said they were able to throw split screen or something like that. But it's crazy.
I just don't understand. Nintendo, they some gangsters when you mess with them. We're going to take Banjo-Kazooie and we're going to give your people the less version of GoldenEye. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. I think Phil should have turned it down. If you're going to give your consumers the worst product, I think you should have turned it down. What do you guys think?
I mean, it is kind of the most pointless like addition to the collection. It really is. Like it does nothing. You don't have the real like main attraction towards it, which is the multiplayer. So I would say yeah, I would have turned it down as well.
I think they should have turned it down.
Yeah, don't turn it down.
Because
Because
it's not Nightfire, bro. If it was Nightfire, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, take it.
yeah, I mean,
It
listen,
ain't Nightfire, bro. We play that for the multiplayer.
it's a straight port of the like wasn't on Xbox 360, I believe.
I think
believe
another
it was
one was.
probably,
I don't
yeah.
think it was,
Upscale.
but I think another one was.
And I also read that I heard, I don't know how true it is, that the Nintendo Switch version it is online, but it's still like 4-player split screen. Like I don't know, bro.
See,
It's a whole weird thing, but I wouldn't turn it down, bro.
here's my issue with it. Sure, we get GoldenEye, 007, but we don't get the most essential part of that game, which is the online split screen. I mean, the online multiplayer.
Multiplayer, yeah.
Split screen worked back in the 90s. Guess what, fam? We not in the 90s anymore.
Yeah, we're
I
connected
cannot tell you,
around the world.
besides playing games with my girl, I couldn't tell you the last time I played split screen. I literally couldn't tell you. Like, not even remotely
maybe it takes,
the last time.
Maybe It Takes Two, you think?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Definitely
played
It
that with
Takes
King.
Two.
But see, I don't count that
Oh,
because
okay.
that's a game that was designed to be split screen. And I played that online. That has an online feature. I played it with King David. So it's just like, to me, it's just like, dude, why did you even agree to that? That's so intrusive. Like, you're going to give us the version and you're going to give them, sure, they may get the lesser version, but guess what? They're getting to play it with friends. How is it that the studio and the publisher that have done nothing for the online infrastructure of games get the multiplayer structure, but the people that have done it doesn't get it? That makes no sense to me. Nintendo just recently started making like Mario Party and stuff online. They just recently started doing it. And you mean to tell me that studio's getting to play with friends, but the people who pretty much made the foundation for online gaming isn't getting it? Like, I'm sorry. Like, Xbox gets a big L for that. They should have said, no, we good. We good. We should have walked out the door.
There's a reason why this happens, though. I saw somebody posted something on Twitter why that the Xbox version doesn't have multiplayer or whatever. So I don't, me personally, I don't care enough, but I understand what you're saying. But I don't think you turn the game down because some people might just want to play the campaign. I know it's the biggest part about the game, but yeah.
I feel you, but I think it's the perspective. I think it's the perception. It's like, at that point, what's next? Well, like, what are we going to get next that we can negotiate and get screwed in the end? Like, how is it that Microsoft will be so friendly with Nintendo and give them like Banjo-Kazooie, but then they get like the bad end of the deal when it comes to 007 GoldenEye? Like, it's just like, look, like, it's not like Microsoft gave them just Banjo for Smash Brothers. They gave them Banjo and Kazooie. So it's just like, why are we getting half a game? Once again, this is half a game. This isn't the I mean, is it? I think it's lack of a feature. Maybe not half a game is a little bit being exaggerated because that feature is there. It's just a feature of online. It's just not a good look, man. It's not a good look. And I feel like Microsoft should have at least negotiated a timed exclusivity. Maybe we'll get it in the future. I don't know. But it's just like, to me, how are you going to let Nintendo get one off on you over a multiplayer game? That looks bad. Over a multiplayer game. Yeah. I don't know. But, okay, so we're not going to really talk too much about Nintendo's Direct, but I do want to talk about Zelda and the impact Zelda is going to have next year. I think it's Tears of the Kingdom. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get this $5 super chat from Don Otaku.
Say Pikmin. I'm like,
I think the Direct was a 7. I love JRPGs and farming sims. That was just way too much. I'm looking forward to all those games, though. I agree. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the best Directs they've had in a while. You got Fire Emblem. You got the new Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. And, talk about Zelda in particular. I'm looking at this Zelda, and I'm like, did they learn? And I'm looking at the Zelda, and I see Starfield coming out next year. Hellblade 2 most likely. And I'm like, can this game come in there and just snatch Microsoft's very first game they can get for Game of the Year in a while and snatch it out of the jaws of victory. Like, that's what I'm looking. I'm like, how is this game gonna pop up out of nowhere and take Microsoft's one of their only perspectives to get Game of the Year for a couple years? I'm like, damn, ain't that a bitch? Like, so what do you guys think about what you saw about Zelda, and what do you think about it snatching Game of the Year away?
Listen, and let me say this right quick, Big Clyde, it's not gonna take long.
Oh, you good? You good? Nah, I ain't saying no.
It's not gonna take long.
You good?
What you said, Addict, Zelda games always get a good look. It's always highly rated. Even though I heard a lot of people saying like they didn't like the last Zelda game for whatever reason. The weapons breaking too quickly.
Weapons,
yeah. A lot of people that I talked to personally said they didn't like the last Zelda game, but Zelda is Zelda. It's a huge franchise. People love it, and it's always highly rated.
Nostalgia.
It most likely it will get nominated for Game of the Year, but at the end of the day, I'm speaking for myself here. I don't give a damn about Zelda, Farming Sim. I don't care about nothing Nintendo, bro. That's just me. Nothing against people that love Nintendo, but me personally, you're talking to a guy that always respected Nintendo when I was a kid, but I always had a Sega. I didn't get into like Nintendo until the SNES, and that was strictly for Mortal Kombat 2. Never a huge Nintendo fan, don't really care about them, but at the end of the day, Zelda is a huge game. I actually watched some of the direct while I was at work. Nothing interested me, nothing at all, even Zelda, but it is a huge franchise. That's all I'm saying about that.
What's your hate ass gonna say, Big Cloud?
Wow, like that.
No, I just heard Dirt's hating ass, and I gotta hear yours. And I got nothing to shut you down with. I guess I'm just gonna have to take it, man.
He's so shady. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm dead. So I'm just feeling like that's like the nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Nintendo will always get away with that. They're always gonna pass. For not elevating the game.
Hold up, you hate ass.
No. Before I'm not talking about gameplay.
Okay.
Continue. Again, I already can't. Look at his face. Somebody clip this. But they will always get a pass for not pushing the graphics of these games and whatnot. So these games will always look the same. Addict. Yes, this looks the same as the last one.
I personally don't feel like God of War 18 looks a whole lot better than Ragnarok. I'm gonna just be real with you. I don't think it does.
I don't think Gears 5 looks good. How about that?
I don't personally feel like Horizon looks drastically better than Horizon 2.
Gears 5 is DLC to 4. How about that?
Well, I mean, I wasn't talking about DLC. You the one bringing up DLC. I feel like you got hurt. I feel like you hurt. You okay, man? You okay? Just do this for me, man. Just breathe.
Oh man,
I knew it.
Y'all funny, bro.
Breathe.
Nintendo gets away with everything. Cardboard being sold at $80 or whatnot. Games that are still behind in features. A console that's lacking basic features. This game, whatever. It is what it is. Will it get nominated for Game of the Year? More than likely, yes. It probably will get nominated. Yeah. If what was that game, Griggity? What was it? Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey, which is pretty much the same with a damn hat, can get nominated for Game of the Year on the Nintendo side, then yes, Zelda will absolutely get nominated again.
It will.
For Game of the Year.
It will.
Into next year. It's that simple. So that's my take on it. Do I care about Zelda? I'm with her, Griggity. Hell no.
I don't give a damn about Zelda.
And I said it in the most nice, positive way. People. I said it in the most nice, positive way. If you like Zelda, if you're a big Zelda fan, enjoy, have fun.
Hating ass people. Okay, we got a $5 super chat from Gaming Forte. What? Zelda ain't snatching anything away. It's theirs to lose. Starfield is the one that needs to be put up a great fight. Zelda will win Game of the Year.
They gotta redeem themselves after that original show.
$5 super chat from Dono Taco. Tears of the Kingdom is wiping the floor with every game next year. #facts. $2 super chat from Flame. Sorry, y'all. Octopath 2 stole the show and is better. I don't know about that. Octopath 2 looking good, but I don't know if it's gonna mess with no Zelda. So we're gonna go ahead and move on with that because I don't think you guys want to talk about that too much. Let me put the 4750 for the next one. The 4750, 47.
There you go.
47,
There you go.
50. You know, I was thinking about that scene in All About the Benjamins where he won the $48 million. So he's like No. He was rhyming at the cashier, making fun of the cashier reading his stuff up. She's like, my girl got these numbers I always playing. He starts like rhyming with the numbers. Yeah. And you can tell that cashier's like, get out of here.
Yeah, I remember that part.
So, all right. Let's talk about this Square Enix and Xbox, man. Because clearly there's beef. There's definitely beef right now. We got a $5 super chat from Dawn Otaku. And Breath of the Wild was not nostalgia. It was the most innovative open world game, and Zelda fans didn't like it. Tears of the Kingdom will even be more of a jump. So hold up, Dawn Otaku. Hold on. You're saying that Breath of the Wild was not nostalgic. It was the most innovative open world game, and Zelda fans didn't like it. Okay, so I agree with you that maybe the only thing nostalgic is like the Master Sword, Zelda, Link, because those are things that's come from the previous things. I don't think there's a lot of older Zeldas in Breath of the Wild, but that name definitely carried it the rest of the way. Like, you put Breath of the Wild skin on any other game, it's going to get demolished. But you put it in Hyrule and you put it with the lore of Zelda, and I think that's what carried it the rest of the way. But continue, okay? We was talking about Square Enix. All right, so
I'm gonna say y'all still on this.
No, I see. I had to talk. Okay, so now I'm moving on. So how is that? I'm trying to move on. You trying to move back?
I'm just saying. We still on this. Over. You know what? Never mind.
All right, so let's talk about Square Enix's crimes against the Xbox people.
Square Enix is gonna get purchased. This pretty much all but confirms it.
Like, yeah, I think at this point that's what I saw. That's what I saw. Like, I would be very surprised if Sony didn't have a verbal agreement to buy them at this point.
Dude, like, look at Tekken 8, bro. I guarantee you Sony scooped up some deal with Tekken 8 at this point too. Like, they're really trying to go as hard as they can for multiplayer. So yeah, I can see that even being the case.
What type of deal with Tekken 8? Because they already admitted it's multiplayer.
Like marketing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, especially going with Evo being a big part of this.
Absolutely.
Too. That's going to be probably one of the poster boys. So
yeah, I agree.
I think that's just announce it at this point. It's like when I saw Octopath Traveler 2 don't come to the Xbox platform after we have the prequel, and it's in Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, how? The only thing that makes sense is they can't do it because Daddy Sony is like, we don't care if you put that on the Switch, but that Xbox, that green machine, we care.
No.
We care about that. You ain't doing that. And then situations like this, if this is happening behind closed doors, that's why I want Phil to look at that Call of Duty deal and rip that sucker up. Rip that sucker up and say, if you want to play Call of Duty, we got a platform for you. We got a console you. We got a gaming console for you. And it's not a PlayStation. It's an Xbox. And if you want to play, and I'm talking about Warzone, I'm talking about all that stuff, rip all that. You know what? Actually,
it's going to come to that. It's going to come down to that petty war.
This is worse. Dirt, tell me this ain't worse. Keep Warzone on PlayStation, but never update it ever again. What is on PlayStation right now is what's always going to be on PlayStation.
That would be dirty right there.
That would be rough.
That would be dirty right
there. That'd be rough. Like, yeah, you got the latest update, but it's like, oh, by the way, the roadmap, Xbox can get 15
or if you update it, have it be rough. If you update it, have a season behind at all times.
Oh, that'd be brutal, bro. That would be brutal.
Imagine new people coming off and don't know about this fantasy word I've made, and then they go to buy PlayStation to play Warzone, and they're trying to play with their friends, and it just says, it just pops up and it says, you have a PlayStation, loser. You can't play right now.
Here's the wild part about it. Even though you're joking, the way Jim's been coming at Phil's neck over this damn thing, I wouldn't be surprised if he did do some shit like that. Like, low key. Like after they make their money back from the game being multi-plat, and literally can be okay with it being on one platform, dude, they can do what the hell they want at that point.
One thing I do see them doing, imagine like because it says crossplay, like they put like the energy sword and like the battle rifle from like Halo in it, and if you get shot, it's just empty. Like you see someone they running at you, like yo, what they have, and it's there's nothing there because they can't see it, and then they just kill you with the energy sword, and they're like, yo. How did I die? And then it says you don't have an Xbox, so we're giving Xbox people the advantage. You can't see their weapons. Oh, dude, I can think of like 8 different ways to screw over a PlayStation.
I see it. Yeah, like you're being very creative.
Cool, creative ways they can do though in terms of content when it comes to guns. Like
imagine if
the Halo weapons, the Doom rifle, and like that.
Imagine if they made a Reach map and it was Xbox exclusive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff they can do now. They're pretty much perfect. They can cross this over and make it the ultimate game.
I got a different. You know how back in the day when you play PUBG and you'd be jumping down the buildings ain't spawned, you just see the weapons everywhere, and that's all.
Yeah.
Like you see the weapons in like the second floor without the building there, and you can see the door, and that's all. That's what PlayStation sees when they play Reach on PlayStation. They load in, don't see no textures, and they play it against people that see everything. Actually, that might actually benefit them if textures and stuff doesn't load, because I feel like in that case they could do some slimy stuff. You know what? I take that back, Xbox. Don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, Xbox, if you're gonna do that, put more textures on their map. I want them to see everything. The sun on the sky. I want to see shade. I want to see like the glare from the sun. I want them to see everything and have us not have none of that nonsense. When we look down and we looking across the field, we see everything. But when they looking across the field, they see the glare. They see the blur everywhere.
God.
They
you want the performance precision versus giving them the vision.
Hold up. You know what? PlayStation talk about realism all the time. Start giving them eye corneas and stuff, man. Start having them not being able to see 2020. They're gonna be farsighted. They can't see nothing in front of them.
Oh my god!
Imagine you running through the field and your contact come out, and you have to put another contact in the game.
Yo, y'all remember PlayStation All Stars, like where they had all those mascots fighting? Yo, Microsoft's in a good predicament now that they got Call of Duty and all this stuff to make that what a shooter.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can do that through just DLC with Call of Duty by itself, with the Doom and everything. That's the crazy thing about this. And this could be exclusive DLC because it's their studios.
So we definitely went on a giant sidetrack. Well,
technically you went on.
That was you, Addict. That was all you, brother. So that was all you, brother.
I mean, he got to get his Dirt. He got to get his slander because nobody.
Yo, tell me that wouldn't be funny though. Tell me that wouldn't be funny if PlayStation people had access to Warzone, but they had like nearsighted vision on the game. Their textures wouldn't load properly. Like that. Tell me that wouldn't be funny. That would be funny. It wouldn't be funny long, obviously.
Yeah, I'd tell you it would be funny if Nintendo had a console that was capable. If you had a Zelda game that actually looked next gen. What I did there?
Damn, Big Cloud.
What's the matter?
I love this slander, by the
way.
So, all right. Let's roll it back. Let's roll it back. I'm rolling it back. All right.
Octopath like I'm gonna kill him.
Octopath Traveler 2 isn't coming to Xbox. What was your guys' thought process?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it seems like at this point, it seems like certain games is intentionally being left off of Xbox. I'm not sure why, but in this case, look, man, they're just going to be purchased by Sony. Let's just get this out the way, bro. I don't know what's the hold up. I really don't. So just I'm going to say this. Last generation, this would have been no big surprise at all. This generation, it seems like a lot of Japanese games are starting to make its way to Xbox. So maybe I am a little bit surprised about this because, as you mentioned, that part 1 is in Game Pass already. So you would think that part 2 would be coming to the console. So, for those that's into that game, it's unfortunate on the Xbox side. So, yeah, but I don't know, man. I just don't know why it's not come to the Xbox.
It is what it is at this point, man. I think
Yeah.
it. If you want to play Japanese games, they are some available to you on Xbox. But if that's your primary focus, just go play PlayStation with the nearsighted people on Warzone. Yeah, just go play the PlayStation. Yeah, as much as I hate to say that, Microsoft can do with everything they can, but the relationship Sony has just gives them such an edge in that part of the world. Like, such an edge, and to a point, money can't even buy that. They can't use money to fix that. Sure, they can buy studios, but if the studio owners and the shareholders aren't selling, you can't do that either. You could buy timed exclusives, but if you're not willing to give them the money that they want, which is probably triple, quadruple what you're willing to give, you can't do that either. So my mindset's like, look, if you want to play JRPGs, get a PlayStation. Because I feel like PlayStation has a consistency about the majority of them go to there. Now, there are a lot to come to Xbox. We have the Tokyo Game Show coming up tomorrow morning. So we'll probably talk about that on ILP Sunday. It's probably going to be my topic. I think my topic was something else, but if it's anything relevant, keep in mind you can always follow me on Gaming Addict. I'll probably cover it there on a personal video. But it's just like, even with that going down, I don't see them doing enough to make up for losing a publisher like Square Enix in the Japanese market.
They bought Sega. I mean,
if they announced they bought Sega tomorrow,
Sega.
that would be intense.
Yeah, because that would be like the only thing I like. You know what I mean? That would be like the next strategic move logically to make. It would be Sega.
What do you think the odds of them buying Sega after this Activision acquisition is wrapped up?
It won't happen as fast, I don't think. I think it'll be like a few years off afterwards, but it's possible.
You know, it'd be funny if the reason it took so long to get this Activision acquisition is because they've been buying both at the same time.
What? Oh, Activision and Sega?
Yeah, they just announced our acquisition for Activision's done, but we brought a friend. We bought a friend. We have Sega along with it. I feel like if they bought Sega, you make a world where Crash Bandicoot, Banjo-Kazooie, Sega. You got stuff like Mega Man. No, that's Capcom. Sonic.
You're talking about Sonic.
Sonic. You put them all in the same world.
Yeah. They'd have their own all-stars type of thing.
Like first you make a Banjo-Kazooie game, then you make a new Sonic, then you make a Crash Bandicoot game, then you make a Spiral game, and then you start mixing them together in the same universe. Because I feel like all of these characters could exist in the same universe. I mean, Sonic literally jumps from world to world.
Portal to portal, yeah.
Yeah, so he could easily do that. $2 super chat from Calweb. I would rather them buy Capcom than Sega. I don't think they can buy Capcom.
More likely Capcom is more inbound to PlayStation than anything. I could see.
I think that would be an awesome thing. Especially if they just made a Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Banjo game.
Yeah.
Where, think of like...
The thing about Sonic, though, Sonic needs if that ever was to happen, it would need a full, rehaul. Does that make sense? Because I don't are you guys even buying Sonic Frontiers?
I'm going to check it out, but I'm not that high on it.
I'm not hyped either. I don't like the superpower moves. I don't like that. I was like, can we just get this classic Sonic, like Sonic Adventures 2 battle type of Sonic? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's an open world. The world looks too big. This is Sonic, bro. It's not Death Stranding.
The thing about open world games in Sonic too, because you got those little jumping pads, stuff like that, the little things like that.
Yeah.
It looks empty, doesn't it?
I think it's gonna do good.
It looks very empty.
I hope so. I'm interested in it.
Isn't doesn't that game come around the same time that God of War?
I think the same day as God of War. I think the same day, literally.
That's foolish.
I mean, that game's dead then.
Yeah, that's foolish. That comes out there.
Maybe the Xbox guys was we gonna pick it up. Hey, Sonic,
that's what they probably did. We know. It's just funny. It's just look, there's so many opportunities to see people. The reason I say you start putting them together, you do like an MCU thing. You start slowly building the lore in the games. You start name dropping places in the other games that they shouldn't be in. I think if you did that right and you built up that anticipation, and imagine being Banjo and you know, you're fighting Crash Bandicoot's bosses. You know, it's something like that. I think it would work really well. I honestly do. You know, I think another good good co-op game would be, not co-op game, but two people come together, would be Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank. You
Thanks a
know,
little Jack and Dexter, bro.
yeah, I think both of them two would make a lot of sense, like to come together. And I even said, you know, if they wanted just to stick to a singular thing, Banjo-Kazooie and Crash Bandicoot, both of them in one game. And what would be funny if like Banjo and Kazooie get separated, and Kazooie's with Crash Bandicoot like half the game looking for Banjo, and like imagine like the banter back and forth. I think it would be cool.
Wait, Skull and Bones is coming out the same day as God of War as well?
Sonic and Skull and Bones. See
what?
Them is some ballsy people, man.
We've been asking for that game for how long? Like, we're after the Skull and Bones. They just like, you know what? Okay, we finally gonna give you the game, but yeah, we're gonna drop it on the same day as God of War.
Yeah, I don't understand that strategy. I don't understand that strategy right there.
That is stupid. Okay, yeah, let's give you Skull and Bones.
I have less interest in Skull and Bones than Zelda.
Here's the thing though. When we first saw that game, I know y'all remember because this is when we first saw Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's sad how long it's been.
It was like a year after Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves.
Remember
it was. Yeah.
Skull and Bones was the Sea of Thieves killer.
Yeah.
And now it looks like Skull.
Dude, it's dead. I can't even watch.
DOA. Dead on arrival, y'all.
Because it looked ambitious as hell. We saw like the Kraken in the water and all stuff. It looked great. I was like, okay, this is gonna be legit. This might be the Sea of Thieves.
I mean, you can't get out the boat. I mean, the ship at all on this one, right?
Yeah, you can't.
At least Sea of Thieves, you can get off the ship.
Yeah, you can. You can get out of the boat.
Oh, you can.
You can. Oh, okay.
I thought you couldn't because I'm like, it looked like.
I thought I heard you couldn't, but okay.
Yeah,
well, it's only in like social areas.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So wait, only in social areas. So that means you can't go to like a different like island and dock yourself and go. Or
well, I don't want to talk about that. I ain't trying to get myself in trouble. All right, so let's move on. We're gonna talk about Persona 5 and Deathloop. Looking like Persona 5 is on the store right now. And hold up, I'm putting the time stamps in for the timestamps Mafia. So it does look like Deathloop is already showing up on the Xbox store. It's actually showing up on my store. I actually saw it. The way to see it is you have to pin the store to your dashboard. And if you go to that pin store on your dashboard, if it will say Deathloop on it.
So does it say coming soon, or does it like
it just says pre-order?
Oh, okay. So basically, coming soon.
So I'm kind of curious: is it going to come in and for a pre-order? Is it going to come in drop stealth? I think
probably. Stealth.
I think it's going to stealth drop. Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably
like
they can't
release.
put it in the game in the system unless it's in the pre-order tab.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, man. Like, all right, first off, let's talk about Deathloop. Do you think it's going to be the exact same game we got with the PlayStation 5 version?
That's a good question.
I mean, I don't see no reason why it would not. It looks it should be the same game all around.
You're asking, is it going to have some enhancements? That's what I'm.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking, is it going to be a Game of the Year edition like with story content?
Oh, like 1-to-1 shot like that. It should be.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it should be. If it's not, then that's going to be weird.
Yeah. I think it's going to have everything.
I think
that the PlayStation version had.
Probably I think there should be a secret assassination where you're chasing down Jim Dance Move Ryan. He's in a PlayStation
just have an NPC that looks like Jim in a way.
So first off, who here has beat Deathloop?
I haven't played it. I'm waiting for it to get on the Xbox. Obviously I prefer achievements over trophies, so I was just waiting for it to come to the Xbox.
See, Grid, I don't like you now. Should I play?
Come on, but you know me.
No.
There's actually a Deathloop review on the channel for the people in the chat that want to look that out. I think it's going to be just the standard version.
You don't think you're not get the Ultimate or whatever edition for this? You don't think so? At all?
I think it's going to be the definitive version. As I don't know if that's Fang. ENT in the
like
chat.
Game of the Year edition, or what was it? They'll probably name it Game of the Year edition. Or
Game of the Year edition, something like that. Yeah.
I guess my mindset is if we were gonna get like extra content with it to like entice people that played it on PlayStation to try it out, I feel like that would have been showed at an event because that's a big thing. Giving extra content. To me, if you're just drop stealthing it, it's going to be the same port that came in with the PlayStation 5.
Well, hold on. Let's be honest. They can't show anything yet until, is it the 15th? What's the day where it's like 1 year from the day that PlayStation tomorrow? It's like, hey, maybe they might show something tomorrow.
If they stealth drop it, why not hold on to it for a couple weeks until like an event, any event, and then show it then with the additional content? I feel like they might do it, but I feel like to me, the fact that they're going to stealth drop it kind of makes me think it's going to be just that game. Because if you weren't going to stealth drop the game, if you had content, I feel like they would not stealth drop that.
Oh, I get it.
If they had stuff to make that game better than than the PlayStation 5 counterpart, they would not stealth drop that. They would go on the next show and they would say, "Look at our room. It's shinier." Like,
right. I mean, so it's definitely possible.
There'd be extra attention. What you're saying, like, like extra, like fluff, like a big announcement or something, or a tweet.
Yeah, I feel like they would do anything they can to make it look more appealing than the counter version on their competition's platform.
Yeah.
Maybe they can't do it. Maybe they weren't even allowed to work on the game. Like, it'd be kind of weird. I don't know how contracting things like that go. I wish they were more transparent how some of these contracts are. I feel like these
they do it months in advance. And they just wait for the deadline to drop it.
These big corporations, they're always like, keep all the info to yourself. They don't do themselves no favors. I feel like a lot of us would not be on the ass as much if we knew a little bit more what was going on. Like, because to us, when it comes to the 343, I know stuff about 343 that wouldn't calm people down, but it would make people understand it. But it's not public. So it's just like, if I understand it a little bit more, why don't you just make like one of those things where what happened to Halo Infinite? Be more transparent. Explain what's going on. So then people could say, okay, up until now, that's the excuse they have. Let's give them that excuse because they're being transparent about it. Let's see what happens in the future. $2 super chat from Flame. What if Deathloop PvP is exclusive to PlayStation? Don't you dare say that.
Oh, no.
You know what's funny?
Stop it, Flame.
You know what's funny? Kid Smooth have said this before. Kid Smooth beat Deathloop, and it's because we were misusing the PvP aspect, and I was helping him in the game. Like, what's funny is you could go on there if you spawn as Julia, and you can literally open up doors for Cole to go through. Like, I could go through. Yeah, you could literally go through the entire. There was a map where on the second day or the first morning or something like that, you had to kill someone at a pier that was in a room with a shop.
Oh,
and if you're Cole, when you kill her, you could open the door to escape. Well, when I was Julia, I just walked through because they don't attack you, and just opened the door for Smooth, and he came in and slit her throat and left.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's just like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it again. Wow. I'm gonna play it again. Persona 5 is officially on the store, man. Any of you buying this?
No.
It's in Game Pass, right? I'll just listen. I've never played the franchise. I heard some great things about it, honestly, from people I trust. So I might give it a chance.
I used to have this mindset that said they're putting games in Game Pass to be enticing for sequels and stuff to come into the ecosystem. Now that we have Octopath Traveler 2, unless they announce that Square Enix is buying them in the next year, I don't even know anymore. Because here's my thing. Okay, we've seen of Yakuza. We have seen Yakuza games are coming to Game Pass. Coming to Xbox, not Game Pass. So I think that was worthy of that money. Because you're getting the sequels in your service now. But when I'm looking at something like Persona 5 and it's coming to Xbox and Game Pass, my mindset's like, what is the point if you don't get 6?
I agree.
When I see Dragon Quest 11 coming to Game Pass day and date, I'm like, what's the point if I don't get Dragon Quest 12? And that, when you see stuff like Octopath Traveler come on the platform, and you get excited because it's like, look, I get to play it. You're introduced. I would have preferred actually now you not to even show the game at that point. Because it's just like, why go above and beyond if you're not going to make sure the sequel's on the platform? So to me, like Persona 5, I think a lot of people are going to like it. It's a good get for Game Pass, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy playing it. But I'm on this standpoint, if I don't see Persona 6 on Game Pass, I mean, not Game Pass, but Xbox, not even Game Pass, just Xbox.
Right. Day and date, like when it releases for other platforms.
And it's just like, you missed me with that. You missed me. I need to see more from Microsoft when it comes to the initiative of the JRPGs. I've seen a lot, but when you have Sony that can make a phone call and strip Octopath Traveler 2 from you, I need to see more. You know, and Dragon Quest 12 is coming. I'm pretty sure that I don't. I think when Dragon Quest 12 was announced, they never announced platforms. Someone looked that up in the chat. I might be wrong, but I don't think they announced platforms. Dragon Quest 12, not 112, 12. I don't see it on Xbox, ? No, people are saying we can safely assume it's going to be on Xbox, PlayStation. So it's not been formally announced. To me, first off, that's a Square Enix game. So anything by them's up in the air. But I do think Dragon Quest is owned by another company and they just make it. I don't think Dragon Quest is 100% owned by Square Enix. To my knowledge, someone else owns that game. So that might be a loophole that they've used to get that game. But it's just like, look, man, I love JRPGs. I love them. And it's just like, I need them to do better. If we can't, just think about how much Japanese, like good ones. We're not talking about the overall ones, the mid ones. We're talking about the good JRPGs, the Final Fantasies, the Personas, the Yakuzas, like those type of games. How often do we really get them? You know, we're not getting the remake from Tactics Ogre. Gone. We're not getting the Mega Man Collector's Edition. I know that's a small game, but it's still a big game. Big franchise people love. Gone. We're not getting Final Fantasy, but gone. But they'll give us Final Fantasy Crisis Core. I don't know what that's about. We ain't talking about that. But it's just like, we need to see more initiative. Now, since I saw, because I used to give them a lot of leeway. I used to say, look, they're doing what they can. But now after I saw this Octopath Traveler 2, sure, that might be the rule, not the exception. That might be. But I don't know if it's the exception of the rule or the rule is not the exception, because I need to see what happens to the next game. If we get the Persona 6, if we get the Dragon Quest 12. For all we know, tomorrow morning, Persona 6 could be announced as an Xbox exclusive. We don't know. But we got to see more going to the future. If the sequels of these games coming like, we don't even know if, to my knowledge, we don't even know if Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming to Xbox right now. I don't think they've showed platforms yet.
Yeah, they have.
So it's just like, look, like, thank you, Phil, for getting me 2 years worth of games that came out a decade ago sometimes. But I need you to do better in the future, not now. In the future. Because if I have to wait 2 years for a game to come out after it's already came out, what's the point? I've already played it on your competition. And that's my little rant. So, what do you guys feel? I know, Dirt, you said that you might try. I mean, let's be real. Both of you need to try Persona. It's on Game Pass. Yeah. Got no excuse. Yeah, I want to see an hour stream of you in Persona.
I don't know if you want to see that.
I want to see an hour stream, man. We got a $10 super chat from Cowweb. 343 needs to do a behind-the-scenes developer walkthrough like Bungie did. Yeah, people were mad. We're still mad about things, but they did a better idea of how involved and complicated some requests are. God of War did it. And I get it. These companies, it's hard to be transparent. It's hard. But it's just like, if you educate a lot of us influencers on some of the ins and outs when it comes to game development, I feel like you would have less videos talking down and more like explaining things, if that makes sense.
Right.
$2 super chat for CW. Xbox can afford the last imagination. I don't even know what that's about. Do you guys know what the last imagination is?
I don't know. He got me with that one.
The last Final Fantasy? Oh, Final Fantasy, because fantasy's an imagination. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know.
you kind of being deep there, man.
I guess he said what the last thing you imagine you thinking about, whatever. I don't.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, bro.
Being deep there, man. Being deep there.
Or was he taking shots? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you were saying, man. You don't even have to super chat. You know, tell me what last imagine. And he has in parentheses, makes me even more confused. Like, am I dumb for not knowing what he's talking about? Like
The last imagination.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what that means, man. Hey, yo, C. Wilby, kind of elaborate for us, please. We don't know what the hell that means. And he's laughing. Hey, man, that's not elaborating. That's just laughing, brother. Come on, man.
Elaborate, man. Educate me. I'm stupid right now. I want to be smarter. So let's go on to the bread and butter, man. The one that everyone wants to do. We had an hour and 19, so I'm gonna put an hour and 20. Hold on, let me double check. An hour and 19 minutes and 35 seconds. So you guys can't come at me, man, because I'm doing the best I can, the best that there ever was.
We logging him, as you know.
Huh?
But you logging them?
I'm doing timestamps live. Okay, now let me explain to you why I do timestamps live. Because I got people in the chat
because you said it in the chat, but
they get upset when I don't do timestamps live. Well, when I do, here's the thing: they want me to do timestamps. I'm not doing timestamps unless they're live because I don't have to go. Listen, I don't like the sound of my voice. I'll be real with you guys. I don't like hearing my voice on other podcasts. When my girlfriend listens to my podcast, I tell her to turn that shit down. I don't want to hear myself. So it's just like, you guys asked me to go back and listen to myself for 2 hours? Ain't happening. So all right, let's talk about Bonnie Ross, and apparently they had another person leave today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks like the management of 343 is finally changing. Dirt, I'm gonna let you lead this one, man. Tell me what you think. Educate me what's going on.
Well, fellas, it seems like, obviously you might know things behind the scenes that we don't because you just kind of alluded to something like that. It seems like what's happening is just, like when the sports team, they're trying to be better. They're struggling a little bit, even though I still feel that Halo Infinite, the campaign was pretty good in my opinion. The multiplayer, while lacking content, the gameplay is solid, right? But something's happening over there. The game is, I don't know if some of the decisions they made ruined.
Come on, Griggity, make me proud. Go ahead.
Something that's going on. But at the end of the day, I think this was needed. I think some change needed to happen because things just wasn't looking too smooth. All right. Like I said, like the gameplay is pretty solid. If you look at 343, Halo 4, most people like the campaign, but most people dislike
gameplay. I think
the multiplayer.
Yep.
When it comes to Halo 5, the multiplayer is pretty solid, but most people hated the campaign. The whole debacle with Master Chief Collection when it first released, it just seems like there's been a bunch of issues, and sometimes there's consistent issues. You got to look up top, and sometimes you got to make changes, man, because you're not gonna, give this franchise to some other team that people will say, yo, just give this game to ID Software. No. You just have to make some changes, and I got to be honest, guys, I'm all for it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if like Bonnie Ross, like she has some issues, some family issues, some medical issues, and like I wish her the best. But as far as Halo Infinite, we want the best for the franchise, and we all know that Halo is a huge franchise. Xbox wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Halo. we need Halo to be at the best that it can be. And if it's not being the best that it can be, there needs to be changes made. And I'm okay with it, man.
The best they is. So what? Watch me just saying that awful impression of that song get copyrighted. What do you think, Big Cloud? Tell me what the other side's thinking.
I mean, it's funny. Once we got the roadmap for the content for this game not too long ago, there's a bunch of Twitter spaces all over. And one particular one I jumped in, I had to talk to Paris about was the whole thing. But before I jumped in there, dudes was asking for #fire Bonnie Ross. So the fact that she announced that she's gone, does it fix the game? No. But at the same time, I always looked at Bonnie Ross as the fall guy, regardless of whether this, she was always going to be the fall guy, regardless of how this game was going to be. So the fact that she left and she said it was due to family issues. Now, that's the one thing I question. It's like she said, I left because of family related things. Now, usually if you leave because of family related anything, you get a leave of absence. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's weird wording the way she said it, but again, the game itself was not in the best shape. It just wasn't. A lot of people thought it was going to be better. It was going to get better. I personally just from what we saw, I didn't see anything that screamed like this is the thing to look out for. It just didn't look like it. Now that she's gone, though, I hope things get better. I really, really do. But I think a few things should never happen again, especially for 343. Number one, like a service game for Halo should never ever happen again. They should go back to their roots.
I think.
And what's up?
I think a service game for Halo would have worked, but I think they needed.
You needed more ambition.
Yeah. It's not even needed more ambition. Like they have events. They've always had events. Infection, Griffball. They have things they can do, but it just seems like they want to do the carrot on the stick route,
right,
where you're constantly running for something, but you're not getting it, but you're getting other things in return. Mm-hmm. You're not getting that. I when I look at the season pass for a Fortnite, or I look at the season pass for a Destiny, and I look through that whole list, I'm like, yo, there's a lot of good stuff here. When I look through for one on Halo, I'm like, what is this?
But here's the wild part about that though. Like all those other games that might have events and whatnot to like probably increase numbers or whatnot, they also have content constantly like coming through for the game, whether it be a month, 2 months. You got something to look forward to for those games. Fortnite's a prime example of this. It's sad that you got more not DLC, you got more microtransaction skins than you do in basic features and content for Halo Infinite.
You know what they should have? They should have built the slip space engine to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive. Like you can change things on the fly. Kind of like Fortnite. They should have built it to have an arena for the dry hards, but it should have had a battle royale. In the map for Zeta, the map for the campaign should have been the map for the battle royale, and it should be transforming like everything. And what's funny is like they have a lore that can make things like that. Like they have a very massive lore. Like instead of, Fortnite is weird because it's like like a game trapped in a box. There's no lore behind Fortnite really. It's just whatever they make it. Like they have a lore.
Did you see that comparison they did with Halo Infinite versus Destiny 2 in the same time frame that it dropped? Destiny 2 got 5 times more content in the same time frame that this game has been out, which has been like what, 2 years? Like two.
Imagine
2 years?
It's no. Like Halo, it's 10 months.
Like almost 10. Is it 10 months? Or
yeah. No, it's 10 months. It hasn't been a year yet.
Wow. So imagine the base game. The map of Zeta wasn't really hurt that much, the ring. And that is the Battle Royale map. And they still have the arena maps, they still have people working on that, but the focus is Battle Royale, because I think it's hard to survive in a games as a service without that different gameplay every time. Sure, you have different gameplay in an arena, but I feel like it's not the same as a battle royale. Literally, there's multiple places you can launch. There's a lot of things that goes in a battle royale. So you have that map from the campaign. That's the map. Now, let's say the next story happens, and let's just say giant infection thing happens. The flood's back. They destroy half the map. They make their own little fortresses. You go through there. Now, then what'll happen is you change that map that you already made because of the story, and then you make that the new Battle Royale map. So you hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, I'm not a developer. I don't know. I got a few friends at 343. I don't know if this is even possible, but it's just like, to me, like, you know, let's say that High Charity's rebuilt somehow. The huge Covenant ship. And they can make that a Battle Royale map.
But here's the wild part too, though, because the question was the future of Halo, because especially in those chats on in those Twitter spaces, and it just feels like, honestly, once this Call of Duty, is going back to Activision, once this Call of Duty Activision whatever deal is done, it feels like Halo will take the second. Like, it won't even be like the poster boy for Xbox anymore. It's like legit going to be like a third-party player. Like, it's going to be in the background somewhere. And I don't feel like Halo is at that point where it's going to be taken as serious as it is.
I
think it will.
I don't.
I think it will. Once the content. Hold on, let me say this real quick.
The content has to really. The content, yeah, true. The content has to really.
Oh, let me ask you this.
Speak it, but
so why are people so upset? That's
about Halo.
The roadmap. Why are they so upset about lack of content?
I mean, let's see. You get one
because they like the game. No,
they like the game. They like the game. They like the multiplayer for sure. They love the multiplayer, but that's the thing. There's not much here. You still got pretty much party modes in the basic. You know what I'm talking about? When you want to play other modes, you can't necessarily pick a specific mode you want to play. Like, you can't pick like capture flag. You want to play capture flag or big team out. You don't have that option. You literally have to play these little grouped modes.
I got you.
Yeah, like, people don't want that.
I got you, but
options.
This is my opinion. I think why people are so upset about the roadmap or the lack of content or how long the seasons are taking, because they love the actual game. They love the core of the game. They love the gameplay. They love the multiplayer. Most people love the campaign. It's just they're waiting for more content. And some things that 343 has done with saying, yo, this is going to come out this day, and then they'll delay it. That has pissed people off. Or this season is going to be only 3 months. This season, but it's trying to be 8 months, 10 months. So those things are pissing people off. But at the end of the day, I think when the content comes on a consistent basis, I think Forge is going to be a game changer.
I mean, at this point, yeah. Well, here's the thing about Forge. Forge should have been there day one. I absolutely
should have.
That should have been there day one. That should, like, if anything, if you couldn't guarantee the co-op and none of that stuff, you should have had Forge number one. That would inspire creativity. People could have had more fun with the game and just, kept the map. Kept the maps going. Even if you couldn't reach the demand of newer maps, you could have had that stuff happen. But the thing is, they didn't do that. So will Forge save it? Forge will definitely increase some numbers. I could definitely see Forge increase the numbers. But is that a point where it save it altogether?
I think Forge will buy them some time.
That's a stretch. And that's the thing. That's a good question. That's a good point. It might buy them some time, but how much time we're talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, how extensive is this Forge? How, what I mean? Are they giving you that full? I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't really, and I'm not even trying to come at them like this, right? But it just feels like I don't really have that much faith that they can deliver.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. I mean, their track record isn't great. And let me ask you something, Addict. Don't they have a battle royale mode being developed right now? Yeah. So I just think that this development cycle, I would love to know some behind the scenes information about what happened with the development of this game. Like, why if they changed engines? What's up with the slip space engine? These are things that I will probably never know. But when I think about the game itself, the core is very solid. They just have to add the content on a consistent basis, in my opinion, because people still play the game now. Once Horde comes out in November, I think that's going to be a game changer. We've seen some of the stuff people has done already with like some of the maps, incredible stuff. And I just think they just need to get everything on a consistent basis. And hopefully this new leadership, this new management can get things rolling how it should be. And I think once everything is rolling in a proper way, I think Halo Infinite would be fine. Just my opinion. But of course I'm a bot, so.
Yeah, you got to throw
All
a
right,
bot at the
so
end. Always. Yeah.
here's the thing. The people that are leaving now, let's just call it what it is. Most likely it's the Bonnie Ross crew. I don't see, because to me, if the game has been in a downward spiral for a while, I feel like people have been protected. I feel like that protection window or wall, or whatever you want to say it, symbolize it, is gone. So now you're starting to see head rolls. You're starting to see people that have been protected for a while, they're leaving. Maybe this isn't the reason that this individual that left this morning, but
David, his name was David. Dave, where's it? Hold on, David. What the hell is his name? I just had it.
Well,
David Berger.
So
Engineering director. Yep.
Yeah. So if he is the reason that
Wait,
he
is it the
was around so long after the slip space engine was acting up, like we don't know exactly what's up with this, what's up with that, but we do know one thing: the game has been in a downward trial for a while. Man, I appreciate it, man. You guys are being too kind in the chat today. Let me finish my point and I'll get to all these super chats. I really appreciate it, guys. Like, you guys have no idea. All right, so Bonnie Ross is gone. That's the top head. Now, I want to point out that Bonnie Ross is not the sole single reason Halo Infinite has been the way it is. There's a countless amount of variables. But we got to be realistic. When you're head of the studio,
though.
Exactly. When you're the head of the studio, you're going to get more blame than everyone else. So I don't know if she's the reason, is medical reason or not. That's really irrelevant at this point, if it is or not. She's gone. That's all that really needs to be said. So now that you have people that she's probably been protecting, they're looking at that as like, yo, what am I doing now? The chick that's been protecting me's gone. So they're probably, maybe I need to find another job. So, obviously, it's he say, she say. We don't know why people are leaving. But what I will say, and I think everyone can agree here, is, look, does it look bad people are leaving like this? Yeah. But I think we can all agree, in the last year and a half, Dirt, how many times people say we need change of management?
All the time.
All of us.
And now when change of management happens, people acting like it's a bad thing. Yeah. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Look,
it's good.
like,
you're going to give new ideas in the studio. You're going to get better, at least we hope for better direction, but you're going to get at least newer ideas, more creativity is going to get inspired. So,
we need new blood in there. And I think that we are seeing it. We don't know who's replacing these people. I think they did announce who's replacing Bonnie. But
they did.
Yeah.
Who's replacing her?
Pierre, shit. I thought you had this information. Let me say, it's a guy. He actually helped fix Master Chief Collection. Pierre, it was a black guy. I can't think of his name. Let me find it. Not that his race matters, but I'm just.
Well, I mean,
why would you highlight?
Pierre Hintz.
There you go.
Pierre Hintz. He was he helped fix the Master Chief Collection.
And that's what I need. I need results. I need people in there
results.
that showed results.
Yeah.
Look, do we know Pierre gonna fix things? Of course not. We don't know. But I know one thing. I was tired of seeing. I was tired of seeing one of my favorite franchises in gaming history being treated the way it was. It's not even the fact that 343 was doing it wrong. It was the whole company. All of Microsoft, in my opinion, was letting that brand down. I didn't like the TV show. I felt like it was a good TV show, but not a good Halo TV show. I feel like if you didn't know the Halo,
they just started season 2. Did you see it? They're filming season 2 now.
Well, see, the ending of that corrected a lot of the issues I had with the show. But I got to see how they do season 2, man. I got to see how they do season 2. Let me get some of these super chats, and There's a lot, man. There's a lot. I appreciate the kind stuff today, man. The kind stuff today. $5 super chat from El Nine. I probably butchered it. My bad.
Nini? Yeah.
Nini. It was announced today that the lead slip space engineer left as well. Microsoft finally cleaning house. Like I said, for a long time I've seen people say nothing but we need to get these people up out of here. We need more blood in there. We're seeing that. I think everyone should be okay with that.
You've seen a full-fledged purge, which is really good. So.
I agree, bro. I agree.
$10 super chat from Dux X Menalokoto, or I butchered the hell out of that.
Deus Ex Matcha, shit, Machito, who knows?
I swear you guys are changing your name and super chatting just for me to butcher
Deus
your
Ex
name.
Macchiato. There you go.
There we go.
Or
Big Cloud can read much better than us.
Fortnite started as a horde mode game, and didn't become a success until they added a battle royale mode. Halo has some time. I will agree with you. Halo does have time, but Fortnite became what Fortnite was because they saw the success of PUBG.
PUBG,
and then was like, I think we could do that better.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey man, PUBG was huge, man. Don't people be sleeping on PUBG? PUBG was absolutely massive.
I didn't see the hype for it, but yeah, it did have the following.
Yeah. It was pretty fun for a while.
Didn't he get nominated for Game of the Year and it was in beta form? Wasn't even complete.
Yeah, but it was just that popular that it got nominated. It was crazy.
One thing that you can give is that, Fortnite, there's not another more influential games in the industry, like all of gaming industry. Like I don't think fourth walls. I don't think Call of Duty can touch it. I don't think WoW can touch it. I don't think no one could touch that game.
Call of Duty definitely ain't touching that, especially with that new
Call of Duty.
No, I'm talking like you put Call of Duty at its prime. Fortnite's still gonna slap it to next week,
which is scary because it's that's wild.
It's huge, bro. It's huge.
All right, so we got a $10 super chat from CalWeb, Big Cloud, CalWeb,
Call Weeb, yeah,
Call Weeb or Call
Weeb.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Big Cloud. Yes. Stop it. You just praised Destiny 2. I get the ideal. You don't play Destiny because Destiny 2 was in the worst shape at launch. The game didn't start to turn around until Forsaken a year later. How you feel about that, Big Cloud? I think he's pulling you up, man. He got the sights on you, man. You got anything to say to Cobweb?
What does that have to do with Halo Infinite that launched I think missing content?
I think he's going after what you said.
I think what he's saying is like you're taking up for Destiny 2 a little bit
no,
because
I'm not
of how much content. Hold up, let me finish. He's that you were saying about all this content that Destiny 2 had in the same time frame, but Destiny 2 was at a decline until Forsaken, and he said you're not giving that same energy to Xbox and Halo.
Addict, you're a Destiny player, so you can answer this though, because I don't really.
Oh no, he's 100% right. It was downhill until Forsaken. So continue, Big Cloud.
Oh, okay.
Okay. How many modes did Destiny launch with? Maps, content, weapons versus Halo features.
I don't know, Cobweb. He might have you there, man. He might have.
What happened, Cobweb? What happened?
Look at it, man.
It's one thing when you move the goalposts. It's another you just ignore.
He's saying you moved the goalpost, Cobweb.
What happened?
We're gonna get
Let's not do this, okay?
$10 super chat from Don Otaku. Think about this. Nintendo has a shooter that launched with a great campaign and multiplayer, while having more maps, weapons on launch, with new events and content coming monthly, and Halo couldn't. I'm gonna say at the end of that Don Otaku for you, hashtag couldn't be me. I think he's talking about Splatoon 3. I think you're talking about Splatoon Don Otaku.
Hey, listen. Hold on wait a minute, brother. How dare you compare some game with a $5 million budget that was probably created in 1 year and a half to Halo Infinite? All jokes aside, bro, we can't compare those two, man. Come on now.
What?
I like the Destiny comparison. That's more of a fair comparison. But Splatoon, no,
look at that Don Otaku. He's saying,
let's not do that.
He's saying, He's saying,
Splatoon,
get that
bro.
trash up out of here.
We can compare, like Destiny 2. That's a valid comparison between Destiny 2 and Halo Infinite.
That's
Splatoon,
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
don't go there, bro.
Splatoon
No.
is too.
Do you guys
Don't
hear
go
this?
there, bro.
Splatoon's hilarious though. What's up?
Do you guys hear that? No,
Yeah.
you don't, do you?
Oh wait.
I don't hear anything.
I heard something. What was that?
Oh,
that's-
you don't hear none of this? Hold up.
Nah, that was good.
You triggered my trap card.
Oh, okay. Did you hear it?
I heard that.
Okay. I think that was supposed to be the "you triggered my trap" card. Okay, it is what it is. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Well, no, like I gotta figure out because I like using this wireless headset. I gotta figure out how to still use my sound effects without using the actual Zoom for audio. I don't know.
Get yourself a Rodecaster.
A Rodecaster. Okay, we'll go with that. So, talking $2 super chat from Pixel Bit G. So we forgetting 3 maps, and it came from the. Yo, they going on with the snap! Cobweb with the $10 super chat. Big Cloud, come on, man. Destiny 2 had a pathetic number of maps, weapons, and modes at launch. It had like 4 strikes. Took forever for balance patches. Trials was so bad they canned it for 2.5 years, which he's right. It used to be called Trials of the Nine, and they canned it because no one was playing that snatch, and they named it back to Trials of Osiris. So what is your you got anything? Are you submitting to Cobweb?
No, because what does Halo Infinite have?
Actually, it's got like 9 maps, to be fair.
What does Halo Infinite? 9 maps and what?
It's got 9. It launched with ranked, so we can put that. Hey, Destiny doesn't have a ranked mode, so he's kind of got you on that.
Is it known? Is it known? Wow, I'm not really into ranked, but okay, and that's it.
It had big team battle.
That's in a.
It had social playlists.
Oh, okay.
It had a full campaign built.
How many weapons?
There's quite a bit of weapons in Destiny, in Halo. There's quite a bit.
I want to go that far.
Hey, someone put in the chat how many weapons is in Destiny. I think I could Google that. I think I could Google that. You guys,
man.
Look at him being messy, making me use Google in the middle of a podcast. How many weapons does Halo Infinite have? Question.
Call Weave.
Yeah.
22 weapons. 22 weapons. That's a lot. I think he has you. I think you've lost this argument.
Wait, how many?
22. 22.
And how many Destiny?
We can't compare Destiny because they have a bunch of rare.
You said Destiny
it's a loot shooter. You can't. Here's the thing, though. Hold up. Hold up.
It is a loot. It is a loot
shooter. You can't compare a loot shooter on weapons to a non-loot shooter game.
Hold on, what's happening? You said it was a fair comparison. Now it's not a fair comparison.
Well, I gotta agree with them to a point.
You got a cap for Cobweb. Okay, I got you. Okay, Cobweb. Okay, no.
Cobweb might have you just
Cobweb
because. Look, man, you 0-1 with Cobweb. It's not a big deal. You can come back.
0-1, but you said
you could come back.
I don't get it. I don't. What does that
0-1 with Cobweb. It's not a big deal.
Bro, y'all are moving the goalposts.
Look, man, Big Cloud. Everyone's not winners. Everyone's not winners.
It's not a fair comparison.
Look, sometimes
what is happening here?
Big Cloud. Sometimes you lose, man. Sometimes you lose. You just gotta roll with it. You just gotta roll with it. So you're moving the goalpost.
What is happening?
So just to clarify, you said you're moving the goalpost.
I don't get it. What is happening here?
Oh my god!
Oh god! Only on
guys.
Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny, bro.
He's trying so hard.
Shout out to the homie Carl Weed, man.
Weapons. What's going on? Oh, we can't compare that. You see what I'm saying? Go for it.
I do.
Move on.
I'm sure you want to move on after you just got smoked like that.
You got nothing. Holy hell!
You just got smoked, man. I'm sure you want to move on.
This man said, "Yo, it's a fair comparison." Then when I asked him the basic question.
It's not fair. No, first off,
hold
up. I never said it was a fair comparison. Okay, I was with you.
I said it's a better comparison than Splatoon.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I said.
Okay, Dirt. You're gonna be the
Splatoon. I'm not gonna
Dirt. Hold up. You're gonna be the defining factor here, Dirt. Who won? Who won that argument? Was it
Oh,
Big
the homie
Cloud?
called Weed one. The homie called Weed. Yeah. No disrespect to
Dirt
Big Cloud.
said it. It's confirmed. Dirt said it. It's confirmed.
Yeah, sure. 2 Xbox.
Oh man, y'all crazy.
You guys
man.
are ridiculous. Look, like at the end of the day, you know, let's do final thoughts on this.
enjoy your-
Oh,
enjoy
find
your
out
wins.
Super Jeff from Cobweb. Destiny 2 at launch didn't have random rolls, and we had a small pool of weapons. Halo is not a loot shooter, so it won't have
But
as
if it's not
many
a loot
weapons
shooter
as
and
Destiny
you,
2.
and you quote unquote agreeing with them, then why the hell are you bringing up Destiny comparing it to this?
I don't know.
I
Ask him
think
that.
I actually think you brought up Destiny, Big Cloud.
To compare, I said
No, hold on, wait,
that was
Big
compared. I'm talking
Cloud.
about like how much content was dropped in the time. That's why I
Yeah,
say content.
but
That's why I
Big
say-
Cloud is running. He's running
But
from
you
them
brought
shots.
it up. Carl Weed was responding to you bringing up
That's all I
Destiny
brought up was content and
versus
weapons.
you specifically brought up Destiny 2. You said had more content, more everything than Halo Infinite in the first year. You said you
Just
brought that up.
concede,
First-
Big
first-
Cloud.
first
It's
2 years, yeah.
over. It's a
That's what I
wrap.
said, first 2 years.
$2 super chat from Edwin
And you got
Garcia.
nothing for saying.
Halo's an
hasn't been
arena
out for 2
shooter. It
years.
shouldn't have many. What is that? What? Mini guns.
Shouldn't have
Yeah.
mini guns. I think
Halo has only been out
Look,
for
this
10 months.
chat-
It hasn't been out
I'm
for 2
sorry,
years.
man. I'm gonna be real with you, Big Cloud. You disappointed me today. Like I expected a better fight from you, but you know, but he came in here. Cat came in here with the right hook. He right hooked you, and when that left hook was coming, that shadow
I wouldn't
left
say
hook,
that.
he knocked you
Oh,
out. The
man.
reason that room is dark.
Let's keep it a buck. Caldwell's not even playing Halo Infinite.
The reason that room is so dark is because he knocked you out like 5 minutes in there. That's where it's dark. You didn't. You woke up, came straight in the podcast, didn't even turn the light on.
Oh man, y'all hilarious, bro. That's funny, man.
That's what you deal with.
All right, so let's get we got to get up out of here. So let's get the last thoughts process. Dirt, the last thought process on 343 and all their management shifting.
This is I think at the end of the day, this is good for the franchise. There needed to be a shakeup. I know some people like Bonnie Ross. I didn't have a problem with her, but you needed to see the results, and it was clear there needs to be some changes. And I'm all for it, man. As I hope she's okay, with her family, and also David Berger or whatever, he's fine, But sometimes you have to make tough decisions, and sometimes things need to change. And I'm okay with it.
All right, so Big Cloud.
Halo Infinite. Oh, okay, so 343 future. Halo Infinite sucks. Caldwell, it sucks. Trash.
Oh my God, Cowboy, he coming
that's
on
my-
your throat.
That's what I gotta say about that. But no.
Hey,
Manual
Dirt.
shit.
You
It
know
was
when you
some
lose in an
things.
argument, you got to get personal. That's
Hey,
what's
can I-
going on right here. He ain't going personal, but he going
I like how
personal.
you're talking and you bot it out, showing your bot. But anyway, the game again, it needed new leadership, and hopefully things get better. But hopefully we never go down this route again, where this is a service game and we actually learn to drop actual content.
This
That's my
Don the Taco guy
Actual
keep on
content.
talking.
We got a
It's not
$5
Splatoon.
super chat from Don Utaku. You can't compare it. Splatoon 3 is a good shooter, and Halo Infinite isn't. 3 years and
that's
hundreds
subjective.
of millions of dollars,
subjective.
and
Hey,
Splatoon
Don, you
3
hear that?
wiped it out with ease. You know what,
Don,
Dirt? You
hey,
got a
Don,
point
Comparing
there, man.
Splatoon 3 to Halo Infinite is like comparing
Hey,
the
Don,
Teenage
hey,
Mutant
Don,
Mutant
hey,
Ninja
hey,
Turtles to
hold
the
on, hold on.
Avengers.
Yo, you know
Stop
what's
it.
crazy?
Both of y'all dance. Hey Don, now it's subjective.
Don't you love how Big Cloud coming in here because he just got destroyed in the argument?
That was subjective.
Hold on, let me say something to Don Taco right quick. Let me say something to Don
That was
Taco.
subjective. Y'all see this live. That
He
was subjective.
said
Sit your ass down,
Splatoon
man.
3 is a good shooter and Halo Infinite isn't. That's subjective, right? That's subjective, right? So first off, comparing Splatoon 3 to Halo Infinite is like comparing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the Avengers. Nah, you can't. You can't.
In the stream.
No, bro. It's a cute kitty game where you're shooting paintballs. Come on, man.
Are you
Stop
just
it.
shooting paintballs or are you just shooting paint? I thought it was just
I
shooting
don't
paint.
know what it is. It's paint.
Hey, you know what would be
Stop
better
it, bro.
if you
Listen,
shirt.
Splatoon 3
You know-
would be fine for what it is.
Imagine
Stop
playing
it.
Splatoon 3
I
and when you
stand with
shot,
Don.
instead of paint, it was just a bunch of dirt griggities coming out of the gun.
All of them be flipping the bird.
Hey, yo, Flame Wild. He said, I stand with Don. Halo got inked by 343. Come on, Don.
$2 super chat from Flame. I stay with
Splatoon,
Halo
bro.
got inked by 343. Yeah, you guys are ridiculous, man.
I'm out
All
of
right.
here, Splatoon.
Let's get these outros rolling, man. Let's make sure the Mafia police are happy. We 1 minute, 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 30 seconds, man. So go ahead and get your outros, man.
Yeah,
Hey, you got a super chat from Slow Mo.
Oh God, someone read
You want me to
it.
read it? I can read it for you. Want me to?
Yeah,
Oh,
go
you
ahead
got
and
it?
read
Oh, you want?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Slow Mo backslap with the 10. Halo Infinite seems to be riding the ship, but it's going to be a long time before we see results. Are players willing to wait? If not, should they just move on to Halo 7? In my opinion, they need clean slate. Bro, Halo Infinite isn't like the worst game of all time. Y'all acting like it's like the worst game of all time or something. Like they should just stop and start over. No, I don't think it's in that condition where it needs to start over.
I think that they can recover the brand, but I think the best move would probably be making a new game. So, Dirt, where can the people find you at, man? What's going on with you?
Man, just having a little fun, man. Just been talking some trash on social media. I don't be on Twitter that much because Twitter, just
you live on social media. I saw them Twitter Spaces.
hey,
I
it's
saw
one thing you never saw me in
I
with Twitter Spaces, bro. You might have seen me on Twitter talking trash. You ain't seen me on Twitter Spaces. Every time I hear about Twitter Spaces, I hear like, damn, they're saying stuff like that.
He got
Twitter
the fake
Spaces?
accounts, man. That's what he goes in those Twitter Spaces with.
No, so stop by, check out my channel. We having fun, man. So that's about it, bro.
Pony Slayer, you be in them Twitter Spaces.
Put your Twitter in the chat, man. Put your Twitter in the chat. Or your YouTube channel, whatever
my Twitter,
you
I
want.
put my YouTube in the chat, man. Stop by and check it out, guys. It's funny.
If you want
Twitter
extra
space.
stuff, man, that's where you do, man. That's funny podcast, man. Funny podcast. And Big Cloud coming back from
For
the
knee
bleachers.
replacement surgery.
Yeah,
Slow-mo,
it
that
wasn't
hurt.
even a knee replacement, man. He's
Knee
done.
replacement.
$10 super child guy from
what?
Don Otaku. You're only looking at aesthetics. It's more tactical than Halo Infinite. Has more content and a thought-out roadmap. Splatoon 2 still has more players than Infinite. Splatoon 3 equals 10 million first month.
Oh, damn.
He's saying,
Don,
he's saying
stall
for
him
you
out,
to
stall him
for you
out.
to roll over. It's over,
Man,
Dirk.
don't nobody give a damn about no Splatoon.
Stall him out, Don.
Listen to yourself, Don.
Stall him out.
You're hyping up a game. This game is better. You can shoot paint everywhere.
Lord,
There's nobody
it's
care
all
about no
about
damn Splatoon.
It's
Get out of
over.
here.
It's a wrap. Dirt is
Is
officially
Splatoon $1 billion
defeated.
franchise? Is Splatoon $1 billion franchise? Thank you.
Oh, my God.
You heard him, Dawn.
No further
Try to-
questions, Your Honor.
You heard him,
That
Dawn.
is
Until they
funny.
get their bank account right, they can't come to the big boy conversations.
They're at the kitty table. Hush, man. I want to
Oh, my God.
Splatoon.
Oh, my
is
God.
funny.
It's Splatoon got better gameplay. You can shoot paint everywhere. Look at the colors. Shut up.
All right,
What
Big
is
Cloud.
happening? What is happening? I don't even know what's happening.
Big Cloud, where can the people find you since you just got your knee surgery? You came back, you got that you 0-1 with the chat today. It's okay. You
Oh,
can come
man.
back next week and get that
That's not what the
rematch.
chat told me, but okay.
I mean, we could put a poll.
But appreciate it. Getting back. It's been a minute. Just got my package from Elgato, so we're setting that stuff up. It's gonna be funny. I'm gonna try to be petty, but I see what it's like. But no, it's Big Cloud, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all 9 yards. Put it in the chat for you. There's my Twitter.
All right, got a $5 super chat. Put your Twitter in there, man. Put your Twitter in there. Spam it. I want you both to spam, man. Flame with the $5 super chat. Until Splatoon has a bad non-canon show, it won't be on the same level as Halo. Slay on Slay. Oh, they coming together, man. They looking to end Dirt's day, his whole day.
Man, I don't give a damn about no Splatoon. Y'all should look in the mirror when y'all typing this. Y'all should look in the mirror as an adult while y'all typing this.
He said, "Look in the mirror over Splatoon."
You should put a mirror. Actually, get your phone and put your selfie on your selfie camera. Look at yourself while you, as a grown man, typing what you're saying right now.
What is happening right
Yeah,
now?
$5 super chat from eBurn 298. I think we can all agree that Splatoon 3, even played on Nintendo crappy network, is still a better experience than anything Sony has produced.
Wow.
Yo,
Y'all
That's
wild
it.
today.
Man, these guys are wildin'.
Wild today. End the
what
show.
about
Man,
Dirt?
these
Do you
men
like
not-
that one?
man,
though?
this
Do you like
show.
that
No,
one?
no,
End
no.
this show.
I love Sony way more than Nintendo. I don't like this comment either,
Nah,
LeBron.
you know that's cap. You know that one. That's cap. Stop
LeBurn,
it.
LeBurn.
I love Sony way more than
You
Nintendo.
love damn.
LeBurn tried to come in there with the "we friends." Dirt said, "No, we ain't friends."
That
No,
Nintendo,
end this
that
show.
damn Direct got these guys going crazy, man.
Oh, God.
Dirt gone crazy.
What is
All right,
happening?
so I appreciate everyone coming through.
That's
We had a
all
great
fun, man.
show. It was a fun show. I will say that we had 36 votes at the end. Who won today? Big Cloud
funny
got
poll. It was
28%, and the dude who won got 72%. So
That was funny.
33 people and hold on. What'd you say? Where's this at? Where'd you do it? Where's this poll at?
Hey, yo.
it's on YouTube.
Hey, yo, Slow Mo, show some respect, Slow Mo. He talking about Splatoon gunplay puts Halo Infinite to shame. Hey, hey, Slow Mo, show some respect. It's funny, man.
Oh my God, you guys are the great, man. I really appreciate all the support you guys showed today. We had up to like 300 people, 330, 340. Hit that like button
Yeah.
when you guys on your way out, man. We'll see you next week.